How to get ahead in university. So in this video, I'm going to give you 4 steps that you can do and use so you can be 1, 2, 3 steps ahead when you're starting university. So this applies for not only first year students that's going to start, but it also applies for second year, third year students. But obviously, if you're able to do this from the beginning, it'll be much more of a bigger impact when you come out of university because you've been utilizing this to the maximum potential. So the first step is you want to figure out the books and resources. So what I mean by this is, when you're going to university, depending on the degree, but most of the time, you're going to have different modules. So say the first year, you're going to have 10 modules that you have to do, right? And in each of these modules, what the university will tell you normally is they'll tell you, okay, these are the books that you're going to need as resources for you to learn from. So it depends as well on how you learn, how you study. Are you a book person? Do you need books to read from and then make notes from? You have to ask yourself that question, because if you are, the books is going to help. Now, other people are more like the high level. They just need like just the simple stuff like presentation slides. So resources is you also figuring out, where can I get this information? Now, the university will have university portals where they can give you the presentation slides of the topic or the module that you're doing. So this is normally where the lecturers and professors will just dump the presentation slides for you to use. But you see, for me, I remember like when I was studying, man, like, because whenever I do anything in life, anything that I do, I want to understand to the detail. I don't just want to do a high level and then just get away with it. Like kind of like, okay, that's it. I want to understand, why am I doing this? Like what is it about it? Like I'm trying to really understand from different dimensions. So for me, I needed books. So what I would do is, for example, for one module, you normally potentially can have 3 books, right? And in those 3 books, what I would do is I'll take certain bits from this book because this book has explained it in this way. And then I'll take certain things from this book because this book has explained it in a different way and gone in more detail. And essentially what I'm doing is getting information from these different resources of books to get my understanding better and then write my notes from there. I hope that makes sense, right? So you can look at books as well. And if you, for example, with books as well, it is expensive. University books are not cheap. So what you could do is go to the library, get the university books from there, or you can buy on eBay used. With the resources, you can obviously use a presentation slide. But the one thing I would say about that is a very high level of explanation. So you're not really going to understand exactly what's happening because it's just very summarized. So if you really want to understand the module and actually get a better grade as well, books do help. But again, it depends on how you learn. So you need to figure that out, and you need to ask the question as well for yourself about, okay, how am I going to learn and how am I going to figure it out? So make sure you know which books and the different types of resources you can get information for these modules. That will help you. The second step is partying or studying, and how often. See, yeah, well, I'm just going to say as it is, right? What are you going for university for? Right, let's just be real. What are you going for university for? Most people say, yeah, I'm going to go to university to study, get my degree, but I also want to party. I want to also club, and I want to have that university life, right? Look, there's nothing wrong with that. But the question you have to ask yourself is this, and because I've seen this as well when I was at university, is that how often do you want to be partying so that it affects your studying? How often? How often do you want to go clubbing? That is going to mess up your studying and your routine. Because I'm telling you, right, when I was at uni, we had 9 o'clock lectures, 9 o'clock morning lectures, and probably 60% of the class didn't end up coming. There was only 40% of us because they were drunk, partying late night. So what that means is they're missing the lecture, 9 a.m. lecture, because they were all out partying at night. Now you might be thinking, oh, but that's okay. It's not a problem. You're living life. Okay, cool. Who's paying the money? Who's paying the money to the university? You're paying £9,000, right? So you're literally putting money down the drain, and because you're partying and you're clubbing, right? There's a time and place for that, but you shouldn't party so much so that it affects your studying. It's a balance, right? For me, I didn't like partying, and I can make a separate video for that as to my reasons why I didn't do it and why, what I learned from it. But if you're going to be doing this, you have to also be very aware that you're also paying money for the university. The university doesn't care if you attend the lectures or not. They don't care. Do you know why? They got the money. They got your money. You still have to pay it back no matter what now, right? You're going to have to pay it back. You enrolled and you're paying the money. So you partying, clubbing, doing drugs, whatever it is, right? You might think it's all, yeah, living life and all that stuff, but it's going to have an impact, especially if you cannot control that, okay? If you cannot control it to the point where you are missing lectures, you really have to ask yourself the question, exactly what the heck am I doing here, right? And this is where a lot of people will just kind of be like, no, you're wrong. But listen, man, if you want to get anywhere in life, you have to put the work in. You have to sacrifice things. Right? You cannot get anywhere in life just partying, clubbing, enjoying life. There's different types. You can enjoy life in different ways as well. This is important. That's what you're coming here for uni, to get the degree. So I'm not saying don't party, I'm not saying clubbing, but what I'm saying is you shouldn't be doing to the point it's affecting this. And really, I didn't do it because for me, I was tunnel vision in my goal. I didn't need this. I didn't need this to satisfy me. My friends did it, but I didn't need this, man. Because for me, my mind was already 3-5 steps ahead of the game. And I was already visioning exactly what I was going to do. So you have to ask yourself, partying or studying? The third one is manage your money. I know I said, hey, don't be a brokey. I'm pretty sure you know where I got that from. Put that in the comments if you know where I got that from. But manage your money. Okay, student finance. So I'm sure you're aware when you're applying to student finance, you're going to get a certain amount of money coming. I can't remember now how, if it's every month or every 3 months, but you'll get money, right? And a lot of people make this mistake where they see money coming in and they just spend. They just spend. They have no idea how to manage that money. And what I would recommend you to do, right, because I don't want to say everything here because it's going to make the video too long. I'll put the playlist link in the description where I actually go through how you can manage your money very, very specifically in terms of detail. So you can literally just follow that step when you're at uni. Just follow that step and trust me, you will see huge, huge difference. Don't be spending money completely recklessly. Right? You have to understand the value of money and understand, okay, if you're getting this from student finance, what are you going to pay for? Where's the money going? How much money are you getting from working as well if you're going to do that? How to manage your money. 90% of the population have no idea how to do that. I highly recommend you go and watch the videos I'll put in the link because that will help you to understand how you manage your money in a practical way straight away. Once you finish that, you'll be able to know exactly what to do. This is what I did as well, okay? This is how I did it. And when you do that, you're gonna see, you're gonna have more money for yourself where you can then use that money for a better goal, for a better purpose. So this is extremely important. If you want me to do a video on how you can manage your money, just university specifically, put it down in the comments and I can do that for you as well. The fourth step is student accommodation, and I put budget here, but I'll explain what that means. So if you are going to live out of your home and go into a halls, or you're living in student accommodation, you have to also make sure that you're prepared in terms of the things that you need. So what do I mean by this? Okay, for example, personal things, toiletries, laundry, Wi-Fi, bills, food. You have to make sure that all this stuff is sorted and you have a plan on how you're going to do that on a weekly basis. Because you see, it's all easy just to get, okay, I've got my student accommodation, great. But you're going to quickly realize within a week, like, oh shit, I need this, I need toothpaste, I need to sign up to my Wi-Fi, I need to have internet, I need to buy food so I can cook as well. All these things, you want to make sure that you prepare for that. And this is where budget comes into play, because obviously you can't be spending so much money. So you need to understand, okay, how much money can I spend from the student finance that I'm getting, or even a part-time job, and how much can I save from that? This is very important, because the thing is, a lot of students, they go to university and they put money down the drain. They waste it. They waste it. See, most of students did that. When I came out of uni, I didn't have money down the drain. I literally use this money in very, very smart ways, which I can tell you and make a video on that as well if you want, where, when I came out of it, I wasn't too much, financially bad from that perspective, because I knew what I was doing with the money. Where most people would just be spending, I didn't do it. I used that money to get better returns and make sure that I use that money in a way where it magnifies, it expands. So when you're in student accommodation, you want to take into consideration the expenses, how much you're going to be paying for all these things, because you're going to be living there by yourself, right? Mom and dad is not going to tell you now, okay, don't do this, don't do that. You're independent. That's what you left home for, right? You wanted to have that independent life. Okay, cool. So you're going to deal with it. You're going to deal with it like an adult, and you're going to see for yourself, okay, so I need to buy toiletries, I need to buy toothpaste, I need to buy food. How much is this all coming? Can I afford it? This is very important. So you can literally do that now, even before starting university. Get a list of the things that you're going to need, your personal things, like, day-to-day things that you're going to need, Wi-Fi, all these things. And then look at the cost and see, okay, what can I cut? What can I not cut? Is this going to be applicable? Can I do all of this? Because it's better that you do this now, which is obviously why I'm doing this whole video, than you going to university and having to do all these things all at once. It's going to be too much, right? So I'm not telling you that you have to do everything and figure everything out now, but what I'm saying is you're starting to get into that mindset, into the process of, okay, I'm going to need this, I'm going to need duvets, I'm going to need this, all this kind of stuff. And of course, you can have a discussion with your parents about this if you're not sure about the things that you might need. I'm sure they will help you out. So I hope these steps are getting you to open your mind and see, okay, you know what, there are quite a lot of things I could do and be more proactive, so that when I do start university, I don't have to kind of be like, oh, last minute. If this video has helped you out, give this video a big thumbs up. I would really appreciate it. And remember this, everything starts from zero. When are you going to start? Peace.